Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 2222. That is 10:22 p.m. on Thursday night. Just in the door about 10 minutes. Not like I used to tell the teacher in school, I haven't my homework done today. I haven't a whole lot of homework done for tomorrow, but I have a couple of that was in my mind the next time they'd run. Great day racing, I have to say. A huge crowd altogether. I haven't been there in a good few years on Thursday's day, but there was an absolutely enormous crowd altogether. And most of the people I met said the same, and they've been travelling there for years. And the Minister for Finance must be absolutely blushing because there's no shortage of money down in Kilkenny or Carlow, around that neck of the woods. But a good enough day, made money. Backed the first one we were unlucky because it finished 6th and the bookies were paying 5, and he went there was a huge gamble on him, a lot of money, and I didn't see I wasn't in great position on the stand. Couldn't see what exactly went on. I'll have to have a look at that again. And the second one I backed Anya Connor. She was lucky to stay in the saddle as a second last. I backed that at 3-1. Had a few quid on it, and we had 2 odds on shots. Tiupa was very impressive. I heard he's gone favourite. I didn't get a chance to look at the odds for Cheltenham. Gone favourite for the Stayers. Pricked his ears as he jumped by us at the last and galloped home strong. And Sir Gerhard, we were down not too far from the first fence when he made Howler. Well, last fence of that circuit, and we got a great run for our money in the big one, the Thyestes. A brilliant run from Cocoa Beach, and the other one was placed in 5th. Anyone that backed it online, but anyone that backed it at the track, quarter the odds, first 4 places, we didn't get paid. But I backed it the other day and I didn't get paid, but I got paid last night. Cocoa Beach made the race a profitable one by finishing 4th. I thought coming around the turn that he may outstay them, but it's a great finish. We thought that Dunboyne actually had got it on the bob, but such as a short head. I didn't see the photograph. And we got a great run in the last race, or the second last race, with just this, whatever the hell you call him. I thought at one stage after the last race, this fella might win. On the track, they're only paying 3 a quarter the odds, but they were paying a 5th. And 25-1, it was a great way of finishing the day. And I had no bet on the bumper, but I was beside a man that had a bet on, Martin Sheridan, the owner of Earl's. He had a patent done, so he needed advice what to do. Would he cash out or not? So the difference wasn't big enough to invite him to do it. So the decision was made, let it run. If it was placed even, because he had an each-way patent, and I think he had taken 9-2 and it won at 8-1. So nice payday for him. And his buddy Mick Kinsella was there. He took my advice last night. He was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. He had no sauce last night, only tomato sauce on the chips, and they were great for him. There was 30 of them on a bus from Gallestown to enjoy the day, and they were in the Lord Bagnall before the race, and they were heading back afterwards. They were pulling, I think, in Carlow. Met a good few people there today. First one I met was Fachna O'Callaghan from Clonakilty, and they left Clonakilty on a bus this morning at 8:30, got there at 12:30. They pulled in Mitchelstown, he told me on the way up. Met Liam Caulfield from Waterford. He found out about the channel from John O'Callaghan from Sligo. I know John, I met him, well, I don't know, but I met him at the race a few times last year, and he said they met together in a B&B in Ballybunion 35 years ago, and that John borrowed a pair of slippers off him and he still hasn't got them back. So maybe, John, you'd never know. I'm only joking. Met Stephen Henry from Selbridge in Kildare, and he said the kids watch, so that's good to see young people watching the show and the channel, and give them an incentive to go racing in time. Aidan from St Margaret's in Dublin. great character. He only is on the bus recently as well, and he said keep up the good work. Met Robert Deegan. I met him in Limerick. He's from Davy Fitzgerald's country, 6 Mile Bridge, if I remember correctly. He plays cards with Davy on a Monday night. I remember he told me before. Who else? Oh, I met so many, and some of them, and a fellow from Wexford, and I forgot his name. There were several other people. Great day out, I must say. Great, and there was great compliments given to the weekly show and to the Stig, and said keep up the good work. And I was telling that to the Stig, and he says I'm only starting, only getting to get the crack going, so that's good. Yeah, I had no bet on the bumper, but Patrick Mullins got it up for Martin Sheridan. So Martin, we'll see him in the new year when Earls gets back in business. So 2 for tomorrow. Oh yes, we stopped off in Ballyragget on the way home. We went in for something. Ronan was with me, the guy that was in Dublin with me on Christmas Day. He drove today. He's a great lad. And we stopped off at McGrath's News and Chews. And we chewed. We had the roast beef and we had the dessert. He hadn't the sherry trifle. He said she hadn't baked something before she left. And we had apple tart and ice cream. The only one thing, John, if you were listening or known, I said before I ordered the roast beef that I'd be having the dessert. You'd have to heat it up the next time and a little bit of fresh cream. I love my dessert. And we had the breakfast in outside Moat on the way. We won't be having it there again. And we stopped off. We had 2 pints in Jason's in Strokestown and with Ronan. He's still there. So got a lift out and just in the door and be on the road in the morning early. So great day out. Absolutely packed. Great crowd. And it's great that the day was dry. And hope to be back there this time 12 months with the help of God. 2 for tomorrow. There's, I presume, racing is on in Doncaster. There's a sort of a bus horse there, Saint Seagal, but I didn't put him up the last twice. We backed him in Cheltenham, I think. We did, yeah. But I thought Before Midnight, with the ground in good condition. The ground says good, so it must be going ahead. This is a classy old yoke, and it's back down to 144 where it won previously. That was in Ascot on good ground in November 2021. Third to Time White on in Ascot and third to Boot Hill. He got a bit tapped for toe. But Time White, third time lucky, Moola Gold, Ferrum, Frero Banbo was behind him. And he's a decent enough horse. He's 10. The trainer is, out of his last 4 runners, he's 2 out of 4. So he's in better form than he was.
Lead. Before Midnight in second place. Boot Hill in the blue and white colours. Johnny Burke stalking them. Then So Scottish in the light blue being ridden along. Time White is behind those, the red sleeves. Now Before Midnight. Last year's winner goes on. At the second last, got over it by a length. So Boot Hill is now emerging through as his challenger. Frero Bamboo behind these, and then So Scottish is moving through into third place. Now Boot Hill it is who comes towards the final fence and takes the advantage. Boot Hill up the last, got over it with a length and a half lead, but now So Scottish is in pursuit of him. So it's Boot Hill and Johnny Burke in front. So Scottish and Mikey O'Sullivan in second place is a length and a half behind, and Boot Hill is holding him to win. So
2 very decent horses ahead of him that day. I thought with the ground tomorrow, I know Excitations, it has been winning, but Water finds its own level. It's a decent race, this. The other one, I thought tomorrow, it's a horse that won for us previously in... now we have our local horse here, What Harem, running tomorrow. And the distance tomorrow will suit better than the 1.5 miles the last day. He has won 6 times at the course. He's probably my most profitable money spinner of all time from my own pocket. But he's just 8 and he's tapped for a bit of toe, and I thought Roman Bull who won for us in Clonmel, wasn't it? It was only a 5-year-old. It won a maiden last September, and he actually went down £2 at the time. But he came back the last day after a few months off, and he was only beaten 2 lengths by a cursory exam. And I thought that run would bring him on, and I seen that he was 6-1. I thought he was a solid each way play. They're paying 4 places. 6-1 with the green bouquet. There is money for Burns Song. What harm is at 11-2? Burns Song, when did he run last for Slattery's? Slattery's yard isn't exactly firing. Third to John Alexander, 1.5 miles. No, I'd be happy enough with Coles, or what do you call him? Roman Bull. Anyway, I'm rattling on. So, roll on the Dublin Racing Festival now, which is next weekend. I see there's tomorrow, they're looking at the course in Cheltenham, so hopefully Saturday we'll go ahead to see the good chase, and we'll see what's going. So, enjoy and bash the bookies. Over and out. It's time for the cot.